Today I'm going to be showing you guys one website that has started to skyrocket since the core algorithm update, and one website that has started to absolutely plummet. And if you guys are potentially struggling with any algorithm shifts, maybe your website started to go down, or maybe your website started to increase in traffic and you want to learn a little bit more, highly recommend checking out this free blog article. The link will be in the actual description. But let's actually start off with the website that has actually started to plummet for a lot of keywords. So as you can see, Forbes has been hit big time. It has lost 9 million traffic and 1.5 million keywords, and it's starting to still continue to go down. As you can see here, if we take a look at the August core update, you will see that it was ranking for 24 million keywords, and right now it is at 20 million keywords. So since the start of the core update until now, it's lost almost 4 million keywords, just like that. Now, obviously, some people do feel that it is deserved because Forbes was ranking for a lot of different keywords. They also have had a manual action on their website as well, or on a portion of their website, not their entire website. But if we actually take a look at some of their keywords that they actually have lost, so if we do positions lost or declined, and if we click on apply,
one common issue that all website owners and business owners have is that they don't know what they need when it comes to SEO. This is why I've created the Traffic Accelerator system. The Traffic Accelerator system tells you exactly how many backlinks your website is missing, how many articles you need to publish on your website to gain topical authority, and also what internal link anchors you should be using on your website. You see, I've spoken to tons of business owners over the years, and one commonality that they all have is that they think they need to spend a lot of money to get SEO to work. In reality, that's not the case. The Traffic Accelerator system is actually designed to reduce your cost by taking guesswork out of SEO. If you want the Traffic Accelerator system for your website and you want to rank higher on Google, click the link down below. It's only $195 to get the audit for your website. Now back to the video.
And click on show results. One thing you can also do as well is you can actually set the date. Not many people know about this, but you can actually compare it with, for example, let's say compare with, if we do just before the actual core update, so let's go with 30th of July, and if we click on apply, what you'll see is that there are a lot of keywords that they've lost overall. So for example, they used to rank for banks near me. Saying that, they probably didn't deserve to rank for banks near me because they're not a bank. They were position 2 and they've completely lost that keyword. Bitcoin price, again, they were position 1, surprisingly. That's really weird that they actually did have the ability to rank for that, and now they no longer rank for that. But some of these keywords, what you'll typically find is that the websites that have actually replaced it, like for example CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, Binance, these websites are going to actually provide a way better experience. Whereas if we actually take a look at the page that did rank for Bitcoin price, nowhere on this actual page does it actually say about the price of a Bitcoin. So it's probably a good reason why they've actually dropped for some of these keywords. So one thing to remember about Forbes as well is that because of the sheer size of the website, the sheer amount of backlinks, they were able to just rank for anything. They could have started writing articles about SpongeBob one day, and then they could have started writing articles about James Bond, and then the next day they could have started writing articles about Bitcoin. They just have that sheer amount of domain authority because they've just been in the game for so long. And that is why a lot of SEOs were a little bit annoyed by that. So they are ranking for, or they were ranking for VR porn. I'm not going to search that, but you could probably imagine that there are probably better results ranking for that now. Let's keep going down the list. iPhone 16 release date. They were position 1, now they're position 7. The Boys season 4, they were position 5, and now they're position 6. Now, one thing to remember as well is so I'm going to refer back to this actual blog article. And one thing that I actually do mention in this blog article, if you scroll all the way down, there is actually a worksheet to look at when it comes to content pruning. Now, Forbes would probably need to do some form of content pruning on their website, because they've just started speaking about so many different subjects, which it isn't just solely relevant, or they might not have enough topical authority. So if we actually take a look at this, it'll tell you when you should prune content, when you should keep content, when you should 301 content, when you should completely delete and 410 certain pages. It goes over everything like that. So in this case, Forbes could definitely run a full-on audit on their website, look at pages that did actually get traffic, look at historical data to see which pages used to get traffic and now they no longer get traffic, and then either further re-optimize those pages that did lose traffic, or build links to certain pages, not that they probably would need that, or they could build internal links to certain pages, or in some cases they could delete and 410 certain pages as well. So this actual worksheet goes over everything. So if you guys have been potentially impacted by any of the core updates or the HCU, take a look at this page. I'm more than certain that it will actually help. If you guys do have any questions, by the way, feel free to drop them down in the comment section. I will reply to any comments. So as we can see, this website's massively impacted, and it's continuing to go down. A few sources over on social media and stuff, they have said that it actually looks, or it's a lot worse than what Ahrefs is looking like. Every time you actually refresh, it's actually going down for less and less keywords that it's ranking for. So that is one way that you could definitely impact your rankings, especially if you're just starting out. Make certain that you stay in your lane. Make certain that when you are uploading content, you're actually asking yourself, will my readers actually like this content, or am I just going for more searches, more clicks? Because in some cases, it can definitely have a negative impact. Now, let's take a look at another website that has actually done really well since the core update. And to be honest, they've actually been doing seriously well for the best part of this year. Like if we take a look at organic keywords and the actual traffic amount. So if we take a look at August core update, so they had 11 million keywords and they had 1.9 million traffic value, 5.6 million organic hits, and now they're getting 7.2 million organic hits and they're ranking for 10.5 million keywords. So as you can see, they have had a massive incline in traffic. They might not be ranking for more actual keywords, but the traffic and the hits and the visits every single month have went up. Now, a lot of people would think that this is a good thing, but this website's actually going to get hit, and I'll go over the reason as to why it's going to get hit as well. So a lot of people would think, oh, brilliant, this website's doing super well, it's ranking for, or it's getting more hits, it's getting more traffic every single month. But this is what a lot of SEOs call like a positive trajectory. So it's in a positive ranking state, and that basically means that initially that this website, when it was set up, it was doing a lot of things right. It might have had really good links being built to the website. It might have had really good content being uploaded through to the website, right? Which is all good and well, and Google likes seeing good, fresh content, and it likes seeing good, powerful, strong backlinks being built to your website. But you can do all of the groundwork and all of the foundations, but you could do like maybe 10 things wrong, and you'll still slowly get more and more keywords. You'll start ranking for more keywords. That's not to say that you're fully safe, and I'll go over the reason as to why, right? So if we actually take a look at some of the keywords that this website's ranking for, by the way, the website that we're looking at is justanswer.com. If you guys are unfamiliar with this website, it is basically a platform where a novice can go on and ask a lawyer or a mechanic a question. So I could potentially go on and say that my car has a certain light and I want to know why that light is on, and then a mechanic can basically look at the photo that I've uploaded and they can reply back to me, right? Very quite a cool quite a cool actual concept. I quite like it, but this is what it basically looks like. You can actually speak to like a mechanic. I'm going to assume that this first initial part's actually automated, but once I actually ask the question of like, hey, my car's making this type of sound and it's coming from the front right hand wheel, what do you recommend doing? That's when my question would actually get sent out to maybe 10, 20 different mechanics, and then the mechanics will actually reply back to me. Very cool concept. It's kind of like a chat, but they've started ranking for some serious crazy keywords, and at some point they will actually need to content prune or remove certain pages, right? In this case, I would definitely be doing a content pruning activity and deleting some pages. But like, for example, they've started ranking for like neuro massage, they've started ranking for girls do porn, they've started ranking for porn sites, cuddle comfort, small sex doll. So they're just ranking for all sorts of crazy keywords. I'm going to open up one of these pages and hope that there is no explicit content. So there we go. Like, for example, this probably actually shouldn't be indexed, but for whatever reason, it's somehow been indexed by Google and Google's actually crawled it. But if we actually take a look, right, this article is actually ranking position number 3 for neuro massage, and it's literally just a chat log of somebody going back and forth with a doctor, right? So it's in the actual medical section of this website. And it's basically a guy talking about how he had a neuro massage and got a happy ending and stuff, right? So some crazy question that he obviously had. He probably didn't want it to go live and be seen by thousands of people like that but bearing in mind, by the way, neuro massage gets 76,000 traffic every single month, or 76,000 search volume every single month. So a lot of people would have actually seen this this guy's private conversation with a doctor, what was meant to be a private conversation. Then we've got, for example, small sex dolls. That was ranking position 1, but it's actually lost the keyword. So there's a guy asking a lawyer something to do with actual sex dolls. I'm not going to read into that because that's just really weird. Let's just try and find like a not as weird article that I can actually look at. Yeah, this website's ranking for some seriously crazy keywords. Let's go with like Peacock shouldn't discount, right? I feel like that's probably the most normal keyword that it's actually ranking for. But I just signed up for Peacock for $11.99 and just so I could have done a shouldn't offer, so I want to know how I can, right? So this guy's just asking general advice on how to actually sign up to Peacock, which Peacock's kind of like Netflix. It's like a TV subscription, but you could have got like a shouldn't discount, right? Now, to my knowledge, this was meant to be a private chat, but for whatever reason, they have actually enabled actual indexing. So if we actually take a look here, right, this is actually indexed. So there's a few ways that they can actually fix this. They could definitely ask people, do you want your messages being seen by other people? I feel like that they should definitely be asking that. And if anybody says no in the initial conversation with that lawyer or with that mechanic, it doesn't show that specific answer to hundreds of thousands of people every single month. So that's one way of actually doing it. Another way that they could definitely do it is actually having like an explicit filter. So if somebody's asking about some crazy question about porn, for example, it just doesn't get actually put into the actual search. Now, the reasons why doing stuff like this is important is because Google understands websites. Like when Google actually comes to crawl your website, so if I go back to this, right, Google crawls your website based off of what it thinks your website is relevant to. So, for example, if I'm the owner of justanswer.com, right? Initially, when I set up that website, it would have just thought that I'm potentially like a forum or like a ask for advice service. But now, if there's tons of articles talking about porn or sex dolls or student discount and stuff like that, it can definitely sway as to what Google thinks your core website is actually about. So just remember that as well. And in some cases, like this is like a super extreme scenario, right? I'm not expecting any of you guys to have a website that's getting hundreds of thousands of irrelevant content being uploaded every single day or month. But in some cases, you can definitely sway from what your website was core set up about. And you might not mean it, but you might accidentally be doing it. So just remember that when you are building out topical authority, put that into consideration as well. But yeah, they've started ranking for a lot of stuff like that. I believe they've also started ranking for a lot of health related queries as well. So yeah, they've actually started ranking for a lot of YMYL keywords. So like, for example, how long does heart rate stay elevated after shower, right? Now, again, I don't know to what extent this answer is actually going into detail, but you would want like trusted institutes, Harvard, Healthline, WebMD, stuff like that ranking for that keyword. In some cases, like they've had like a consultant pediatrician actually answer that keyword, but again, nobody's actually fact checked what this guy's saying. This is like literally just like a full on conversation with one customer with this actual pediatrician. So again, this content might be relevant to this customer because they might have specified his height, his weight, etc. But that might not be relevant to another searcher. Whereas, like, for example, if we were to take a look at Healthline's article or Harvard's article, that's going to be more applicable to a wider spectrum of people actually reading that article. I am losing my voice as well. But this is a great example of a website that will eventually get hit at one point. Like Loom also was another candidate of something very similar to this. For anybody that doesn't remember, Loom actually at one point, it was probably about August 2023, or like around about the same time as what we are right now, last year. They had a major issue where people were able to upload their screen records and it was indexable so other people could see it. But what they were actually doing is that they were using Loom as a tool to record pirated movies and upload it to Loom. And a lot of people actually jumped on the bandwagon, and it was ranking for like Spider-Man free watch online and stuff like that. I wonder if I could actually get that keyword up. So if I do a year ago, and if we do keyword Spider-Man, so this is keywords from a year ago. If we do 1 year ago, 2023, 6 months ago, maybe. They might have removed it for whatever reason, but they were definitely ranking for a lot of pirated. Yeah, there we go. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse streaming VF, and it was actually indexable. It might actually still be live. I'm not going to play this because I don't want to get a copyright strike or anything, but that's one issue that Loom had in the past, and obviously they were able to recover it. All they done was they actually done content pruning on their website, and they were actually able to save their traffic a little bit. If we actually take a look at all locations, as you can see, it's not had like a huge impact on their branded traffic. It's just had an impact on keywords that they just didn't deserve to rank for initially. And all they done was a content pruning exercise, and they basically told Google, hey, don't index these pages. They shouldn't be indexed. So some of you guys might actually have that issue. Like what I said before, if you guys have been impacted by any of the core updates, take a read of this. If you guys do you have any questions, feel free to just contact me, click the work with me, fill in the contact form, and I will get back to you. But as always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like and also subscribe. Thanks.